What's up, guys? Max Scoville here for Destructoid. I'm at E3 2014, and I just got to do a thing that I was real excited about doing this year, and that is play Far Cry 4. If you're unfamiliar, I think that Far Cry 3 is the best game of all time because you can set a bear on fire in it. Maybe not all time, but I really like Far Cry, so I was excited about this. The new setting is Kyrat. It's in the Himalayas. There's a bad guy named Pagan Min who wears a pink suit and is kind of creepy. And because it's a video game, you have to run around and kill people and shoot stuff. And that is fun in this game. Some of the new stuff they brought in is flying machines. You can now hop in a gyrocopter and fly around, which, I mean, we had hang gliders in Far Cry 3, but that was kind of a one-way direction. Now you can just actually, you know, fly into a base. The mission I was doing, it was one of the outposts, so I was supposed to go in and, you know, take it over, liberate it, if you will. And by liberate, it means stabbing a bunch of men in the neck. But it's kind of the same setup as the outpost in Far Cry 3, except whereas those were mostly kind of like gas stations and, you know, little forts and shit, this is like a full-on like fortress, like with big, huge walls and big, tall doors. So the entire approach to getting in was a little bit different. So then having a gyrocopter and being able to kind of fly overhead and just drop down. You got your wingsuit, so you can be Squirrel Man if you want. The gyrocopter is not stealthy, which of course made them raise the alarms, and then, you know, a bunch of trucks showed up and started shooting everything. There's elephants. You can ride a fucking elephant in the game. I walked up to the first elephant I saw, and it was kind of like just that wonderful thing where they hand you the controller and they're like, here's that game you wanted to play. And then you go into it, and there's just an elephant. You walk up, and you look at the elephant's ass, and it says press square to interact. And I'm like, do I really want to do that with the elephant's ass? And I press square, and I climb up on the elephant, and I'm just riding around an elephant, knocking shit over. I walk through the fucking door of the outpost, just walked right through it, just boards exploding everywhere. I managed to actually liberate an entire outpost just with an elephant, and that was it. I kind of crept in, disabled the alarm, and then just had an elephant go in, and it killed everybody. I killed everyone with an elephant. Like, I mean, when you're talking about a video game, it's like, here are all the different mechanics that they've introduced for this game. It's coming to the following next-gen consoles. You can ride a fucking elephant, and you can kill people with the fucking elephant. What do I have to say to you? I don't really know what to say about this. I'm very tired. It's hot and noisy here. Anyway, back to the actual details. Co-op missions are now a thing. Not missions, but you can go in the game and screw around with a friend. You know, your friend can fly the gyrocopter, and you can ride the gyrocopter. You can both shoot your guns while you're riding the gyrocopter. You know, your friend can drive a car and shoot the man, and you could shoot the man too. And I mean, it's just Far Cry with a friend, which I'm again totally down with. That was kind of the one thing that you know, was kind of a bummer about 3, is that the co-op and the multiplayer and the campaign were all sort of separate. The story missions will be locked off, but you can again just kind of screw around in the overall kind of overworld map. Grappling hooks are now a thing too, because apparently elephants and helicopters weren't fun enough. You can have different grapple points, I'm told. There was only one in the demo that I played that was kind of showing it off, but like different corners of buildings. I think it's going to be similar to like how there's, you know, vines and ropes that you can climb at certain points in you know, Far Cry 3, except in this case, you know, you press square to grapple, and as opposed to it just being like a straight kind of like, you grappled and now you climb, like, you know, Arkham City or something. It's actually a physics base. Like, you can wobble back and forth. You press, you know, R2 to climb and L2 to descend. And I'm told there's parts where you're going to have to be, like, you know, actually using your momentum to do stuff. That's a really cool mechanic. I'm pretty into that. Another one, I feel like it's, you know, it's a kind of tried and true concept for a game, but the execution is different enough to make it interesting, and that's a mortar. Usually I think mortars are kind of like it's like a shitty vertical bazooka. It's like hard to use. It's, you know, you'll have that weird kind of arc thing in a lot of games. In this case, to activate a mortar, it just gives you a straight bird's eye view, and there's no reticle. You kind of get like a ballpark area, and the map is in real time, so you'll actually see where dudes are running around, and you can, you know, plan your shot accordingly. You can throw meat, you get bait, and you can use it to throw it, which I'm guessing is going to be a similar mechanic to the throwing the cyborg hearts in Blood Dragon to attract the Blood Dragons. I don't know what kind of predators we're going to see in this game. I imagine, you know, tigers are probably going to be back. Everyone's kind of murmuring about Yetis, maybe, perhaps? I would support that, because Yetis sound interesting. So anyway, that was my take on Far Cry 4. I'm excited about it. There was some hopping around on my part. I laughed. I didn't cry. I died a lot. I flew a helicopter. I rode an elephant. It was a grand old time. I'm Max Scoville for Destructoid. If you'd like a slightly more coherent analysis of the games being shown off at this very trade show and the various mechanics held within, check out Destructoid.com. There's a variety of people writing up all sorts of different things about the stuff they've seen at this big, huge, loud, noisy convention event thing. Check out the other videos I got on this channel. They're fun too. I love you all. Good night.